Yo, what's up, Hoops Talk Central fam? It's your boy here with some insane breaking news that's about to shake up the WNBA again. We've got a 3-team blockbuster trade on our hands involving the Las Vegas Aces, the LA Sparks, and the Seattle Storm. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda saw this one coming. Reports had been swirling for a while, so the trade itself? Not shocking. But you know what did shock me? The assets each team gave up to make it happen, especially the Sparks. Like, wow! I'll break down exactly why that caught me off guard later in the video, so make sure you stick around. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And y'all already know I'm breaking it all down for you, team by team. Plus, stick around because I'm going to reveal who I think actually won this trade. You might be surprised, but before we dive into it, make sure you hit that like button, smash subscribe, and help me hit my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Y'all, I'm just 83 subscribers away, and I've only got 4 days left to make it happen. You're my MVPs, and I can't do it without you. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so here's what went down. But before I jump into the trade breakdown, shout out to Annie Costabile for being on top of this story the other day. She had it first, and you already know reporters like her are putting in work, covering this league. And can we talk about how the WNBA is on the rise? Like, Shams broke the official news of this trade on a playoff football Sunday. That's major. When you got top reporters treating WNBA trades like NBA trades, you know the league is leveling up. The Las Vegas Aces, who came up short this year after losing to the New York Liberty in the semifinals, are sending Kelsey Plum, yeah, the sharpshooter and fan favorite, to the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, let's talk about Kelsey for a second. Like, I really want to know what's going on here. Why did she want to leave Vegas? We know last season wasn't the easiest for her with everything she had going on personally, but I low-key feel like there's more to the story. Maybe there was some tension between her and certain members of the organization, or even Becky Hammond. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's definitely something I'm side-eyeing. And you already know I can't wait for reporters to ask her about it so we can hear her side of things. Because honestly, right now I'm over here like, Kelsey, you gotta fill us in. What happened? But alright, let me not get too sidetracked. Back to the trade details. In return, the Aces get Jewell Loyd, aka the Gold Mamba, and the 13th pick in the 2025 draft, which they got from the Sparks. The Sparks, in addition to Kelsey Plum, they're receiving the 9th pick in the 2025 draft from Seattle, while Seattle, man, they're walking away with the number 2 pick. Yes, the number 2 pick. And Lee Uaru, which they got from the Sparks, is part of the deal. Seattle's stacking up assets, and it's clear they're playing the long game here. Crazy, right? Let me just say, this trade has something for everyone. But, as always, there are winners and losers in every trade. You know, in every trade, there's always that one team that ends up looking like a genius and another that's just left scratching their heads wondering, wait, did we just play ourselves? This trade? It's got ripple effects for the entire league. Let's talk about it. First up, the Aces. They're bringing in Jewell Loyd, who's got championship experience, Olympic gold, and a game that's colder than your ex's text. She's already familiar with her new teammates, Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, from playing together on Team USA. That chemistry, already built. And let's not forget Jewell's numbers, averaging 16.7 points in playoff games against the Aces. She's not coming to Vegas to play, she's coming to win. But here's the catch. Jewell's on a Supermax deal, and while she's an elite scorer who can absolutely get her own bucket, I kind of feel like this is a lateral move for the Aces. Like, yes, I expect her to be more efficient this season, but let's keep it real. She's not a great defender. And while Kelsey Plum isn't exactly locking people down either, at least she played hard on defense and could be a pest. That's something Jewell doesn't bring to the table. Plus, the Aces still have front court issues. They need someone who can start next to Asia Wilson. That's a big gap they've got to fill, and this trade doesn't address it. On top of that, their bench is looking shaky. If they don't make another move to solidify their depth, I just don't see them being in the same tier as true contenders like the Liberty or the Lynx. Vegas needs to do more to stay in that championship conversation, because right now they're not there. Now onto the Sparks. Man, LA, y'all been down bad for a minute, but adding Kelsey Plum? That's a power move. Plum is one of the best guards in the league, and she's exactly what the Sparks needed to fix that backcourt. No shade, but their guard play last season was tragic. like middle school rec league tragic. Now Plum's gonna bring some firepower. She'll now be helping form a core of Kelsey Plum, De'Erica Hamby, Cameron Brink, and Ricky Jackson. That's a squad with serious potential, and LA's looking like they're trying to build something big. It's clear with this move that the Sparks are sending a message. They want to win now and get back to being playoff contenders. They're tired of missing the postseason and are making the moves to change that. Still, losing the number 2 pick stings. I gotta be honest, I'm still shocked the Sparks gave it up in this trade. According to reports, the Sparks were uncertain about who might even be available at number 2 overall, which made the decision a bit easier for them. But still, in a draft this good, giving up that pick is wild to me. Like, I had to read the trade details again to make sure I wasn't tripping, and when I saw they really gave up the number 2 pick, I was like, what the hell are the Sparks thinking? I don't know if I'm fully on board with that decision, but hey, it's clear they're betting on Plum to lead them back to contention. And if they can lock her in long term, maybe it all works out. Rumor has it Paige might not even want to play in Dallas, which could have opened the door for the Sparks to grab her at number 2. Wild, right? Instead, they're banking on Plum's star power to carry them back to relevance. It's a gamble. But hey, LA loves a good Hollywood story. Finally, the Storm. Y'all ready for this? I think Seattle low-key won this trade. Yeah, I said it. They might have lost Jewell Loyd, but hear me out. They're walking away with a number 2 pick and cap flexibility. That's huge. They can snag a future star in the draft, maybe Olivia Miles or another young talent, and they've got room to make moves in free agency. Plus, Lee Ueru gives them a 6'7" big who's cheap and has room to grow. Moving Jewell Loyd not only helps Seattle form a more balanced roster, but also makes it easier for them to prioritize their long-term plans while keeping enough cap space to potentially bring in other key pieces to build around. With Nneka Ogwumike and Skylar Diggins-Smith already on the team, it's clear the Storm aren't just looking to rebuild, they're aiming to contend for a championship while also securing their future. But honestly, I'm still really shocked they gave up the number 2 pick in this trade. That's a high-value asset, and I don't know if I fully agree with the decision. What it tells me, though, is that they weren't interested in waiting to see who might fall to them at number 2. They're betting big on Kelsey Plum to help them win now, and if they can keep her long-term, maybe it'll pay off. But wow, giving up a top pick in this draft? That's a bold move. Also, let's not ignore the drama. Jewell's relationship with the Storm had been rocky for a while, and it was no secret that she wanted out. The writing had been on the wall, and sometimes it's just better to cut ties and move forward rather than drag things out. Seattle made the tough call, and honestly, it looks like they've positioned themselves beautifully for the next few years. They traded one superstar, but gained cap flexibility, key assets, and a fresh start. That's not just smart, that's chess, not checkers. By letting go of Jewell, Seattle has set itself up to build a new core that can carry them forward. They're making moves that prioritize the future while keeping their current foundation intact. It's bold, and it sends a clear message. They're playing the long game. Whether it's snagging a top talent in the draft or using their flexibility to make a splash in free agency, Seattle is thinking several moves ahead. And in a league where staying competitive is everything, that kind of forward-thinking strategy is priceless. So who really won this trade? I'm giving the dub to Seattle. They played the long game and set themselves up for sustained success, which is not something we see every day in a blockbuster deal like this. Vegas made a bold move, and LA's rolling the dice, but the Storm are building something truly special, not just for now, but for long-term success. They've got the number 2 pick, which could easily land them a franchise-changing talent, and they've created cap flexibility to continue reshaping their roster. They're balancing immediate competitiveness with a clear vision for the future, setting themselves up to be a powerhouse in the seasons to come. And let's not forget the league-wide implications here. Draft picks and cap space are like pure gold in the WNBA, and Seattle just walked away with a fortune. They're thinking steps ahead of the competition, making moves that signal they're playing chess while others are stuck playing checkers. By staying patient and focused, Seattle is positioning itself as a team to watch not just next year, but for years to come. And let's be real, in a league this competitive, that kind of strategy could make all the difference. Seattle just put everyone on notice. But that's just my take. What do y'all think? Did the Aces make the right move? Will the Sparks get back to the playoffs? And can the Storm make the most of their new assets? Also, do you think Kelsey Plum will be a good fit on the Sparks? And y'all, let me just say, WNBA free agency is just getting started. I mean, if this trade is anything to go by, I expect a lot more free agency news to start breaking soon. It's about to get wild out here. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Help me hit that 500 subscriber goal. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay blessed, stay hooping, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.